Yo, how fucking crazy is it that people from Ukraine watch me talk about poker? That's amazing. I would have never imagined that, man. Back in the day. Back in the day. Back in the day, living in Chicago, playing on the fourth floor, the closet, basically starting playing poker on 2+2, looking at all the people. And then one day, people from Ukraine are watching your stream. Interesting. I mean, I guess it's easier than ever. It's not saying too much about that come up. Right-hand side check raised by Daniel on the flop turn. Goes big bet. Maybe he's saying River's a king. What's he saying he's got? Is he saying he's got pocket threes? Maybe he's got ace three, pocket threes. I don't know. It's a really weird hand going on here, guys. So River is the king. Let's see what Daniel does. Is he going to flex that cocaine muscle? Is he going to flex that muscle and slam it on? Slam it in the chips. Slam it all in. What's he going to do? What are you going to do, Poppy? Nope, go small. A weak bet. 9,600. It's snapped, called ace three. We were on point. Okay, ace three. It makes sense, too. Unfortunately, counterfeited on the river by the Supreme Leader to take down the $38,000 pot. Had that ace queen. Left-hand side. Chop it up. Right-hand side. Let's see what happens here. Ace, king, six, deuce. River six. Tim F says Sprague is the best editor. Listen, man. The guy's on a great track right now. He's working hard, grinding the content, getting better at poker. Got a poker girlfriend. Got a job with stars. Listen, the guy's sitting pretty right now. Just got to stay on track. Keep after it. Right-hand side, big overbet by Daniel. What's he saying he's got here, boys? A flush? Smells like dog. Let's see if Doug sniffs it out. Daniel, his team's getting ready for the first celebration of the day. Bill Perkins is in the background, stomping his feet. Amanda Leatherman, she's there. Aye, the Jack 4. Amanda and Perkins, Helmuth, they're all excited. Right-hand side, another 3-bet. 6, 7, 8. Daniel Negreanu, Mr. Aggressive, is in the house. He's ramped it up here so far. Someone said me and Spraggy should commentate. Yeah, me and Spraggy commentate. I was thinking the other day, man, I want to find someone funny to commentate with. And I was thinking, well, who's funny in poker, right? Doug's funny. Spraggy's funny. Are there any other funny poker players that are funny like on camera who can banter back and forth with me for a couple hours to do some commentary on this beautiful match? Right-hand side, checks to Doug. He bets small. Not a check raise. Here we go. Check raise from Daniel. Daniel's saying he's got a flush draw. He's saying he's got a flush draw. Doug's in the tank. Does Doug have a straight? Does he have a hand strong enough to go with here? Oh, no, not yet. All in! Call! Set of sixes! No 9, no 10! Ace on the river! Doug Polk takes down the $80,000 pot. Left-hand side, we got something brewing up there as well, too. 28,000 in the middle. Can Doug Polk take down two? The explosion for the Supreme Leader. Here we go. 28,000 in the middle. All in. No snap call. He doesn't have it. Lays it down. Daniel takes down a pot on the left. Doug takes down a pot on the right. Looks like my man. It looks like my man Daniel Negreanu right now is plus $20,000 for the session. So Daniel's starting off strong here. I know Daniel's got a lot of fans out there too. It seems like his fan base has only been growing as the course of this challenge has gone on. People are getting fired up. They're having a lot of respect for him, showing a lot of heart. Left-hand side pot size bet from Doug Polk on the turn. We've seen these players attack the King Jack, King 10 high boards. Daniel check calls. River is a 4. 5, 7 makes a straight. Spades get there as well too. 14,000 in the middle. Daniel checks it over. Big pot energy potentially brewing here. Doug Polk might have a lot of hands he feels like he needs a bluff with at this point in time. He does bet 9,600. Daniel's got a flush. I expect him to check raise. He does not. King 6 versus Jack 6. 2 pair for Dan Negreanu. $33,000 pot goes his way. Doug Polk thought he was riding high right there. He thought he was sitting pretty with the Jack 6. He had 2 pair of himself. But Daniel makes the better 2 pair on the turn. Calls that river bet. The flush is out there. He didn't think his King 6 was good enough to be check raising there with. Probably the one hand he would have got value from was that Jack 6. But he did not do it. May have saved the Supreme Leader Doug Polk a little bit of money there. But either way, it seems fine to check call there when the flush does come in. Right-hand side at 3-bet pot. Queen 4-3. 2 clubs. Rocket coming in there. Firing away. $12,000 pot. 3-bet on the left-hand side. Right-hand side. Doug bets. Daniel calls. Turn is a 7 of hearts. Doug's going to check it over to Daniel. Pot's 12,000. See if Daniel goes with a $9,000 bet here. He's tanking down. Playing a lot slower today. He goes small bet, 4,800. Fire begins to build up. Players are battling back and forth. No one has quite the advantage yet in this match. Daniel up pretty small. Right-hand side, check call by Doug. Flush misses on the river. Ace 5, potential. One of these guys. See what Daniel does here. Doug's going to have some 4s, I imagine. Some queens as well. Two-step call, 7-8 for Doug Polk versus 10-6. $50,000 pot goes the Supreme Leader's way as he makes a very, very, very nice call down there. And he's excited. Let's go. Great call. Left-hand side, a 3-bet. 10-5-4, 2 hearts. Daniel's going to continuation bet, 5,300. Yeah, I'm curious to get Rob Young in the booth. See what kind of knowledge and passion Rob Young brings to heads up Hold'em, man. Left-hand side, here we go. 3-bet pre-flop. Continuation bet by Dan Negreanu. Turn is a 7 of hearts. Let's see what Daniel decides to do here. 18.7K. I feel something coming here. I feel something brewing. Checks it over. If I don't get to use this 4-bet sound today, I'm gonna be pretty upset. Doug's gonna check back. River's a deuce. Let's see if one of these boys is potentially slow playing a flush. 5, 10, 4, 5. 2 hearts. Turn 7 hearts. JoJo wants the energy ball. Kick it up. We feel it. Leor says, Joey, love you, bro. You make my day better. That's what we're here for. Daniel says, pot size bad. He says, he's got a flush. Jacks! Jacks! Of course this man's got jacks. $56,000 pot. 4-bet alert on the right-hand side. Hold on, JN. Hold on, JN. Our first 4-bet alert of the day. Right-hand side. Lock in. Are we going to see a call? All in! Call! Ace, King versus Jacks! Ace on the turn for Doug! River is a 9. Doug Polk with the full house versus Pocket Jacks. Wins the coin flip. $91,000 pot goes the Supreme Leader's way as Dana Negreanu's not sitting pretty right there. He had the Pocket Jacks. Big pot all in. Ace King. Jacks are looking good on the flop. Turns an ace, and Doug Polk says, back up the truck, baby. He's going to take down a massive pot, and you know Negreanu's steaming over there. Back it up, Doug. Yeah, so JN said, I want to get in shape, stop smoking, become a better person, but I have trouble with motivation. What advice would you give me for being the best you can? Left-hand side flush on the river for Daniel Negreanu. Right-hand side 3-bet, Jack 5-3. My advice for you would be to watch the content you're consuming. So basically, you're probably not drinking enough water. You're probably on your phone, fucking around too much, watching TV. You're not moving around. You're most likely conversations that you're having aren't necessarily pertaining to how you get in shape or how you stop smoking or what being a better person means or what habits you need to overturn in your life, or though you're probably not having many of those conversations with your friends and your family, I'd imagine. Right-hand side, 3-bet pot brewing. I'll get back to that in a second, JN. Doug bets small on the turn. Could be doing this with a plethora of hands. Could be doing some of his straight draws. 9-10, King 10. 9-10 makes a straight on the river. Could be doing this with his queens that have one spade in it. Could be doing the flush already. Probably not betting a jack. Maybe has hand like ace deuce. Might decide to bet this turn. But he decides to check it. Let's see if Daniel goes for it here. If Daniel has a miss straight. Maybe hand like a 4-6. Maybe an ace 4. He might decide to go for it. He's got he does all in. Snap calls. Queen 6 versus ace queen. Wow. Just like that, Doug Polk takes down an $80,000 pot as Daniel Negreanu he thought he was value betting there, guys, but unfortunately for him, he ran into ace queen, and just like that, a big pot goes Doug Polk's way. And Doug Polk, guys, listen, I don't know what's happened with this guy. He is on absolute fire right now. What do you bet the turn with a 5? So the hands he's betting the turn with that have that aren't pair, right? It's either a pair of queens. What do you bet? Yeah, what do you bet here with a jack? That's what I'm wondering. You guys, it makes sense. Where's Landon? I need to ask this kid if he'd bet here with a jack on the turn. Because I wonder if that factors in if you value bet this hand, queen 6 on the river. Because maybe the hand's not weak enough, because the hands you do get called by here. I mean, maybe Doug has pocket 10s, 10 of spades too. Pocket 9s, 9 of spades. Interesting. I feel like that's a hand when I study that they would check those kind of hands on the turn. Maybe not. Who fucking knows? Left-hand side lock in, $31,000 in the middle. Let's see what happens. Flush misses, straight misses. Here we go. Here we go. Fireman Polk. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Get him, dog. Get him, Supreme. Stomp on him. Snap calls. He gets stomped on. Massive pot goes Daniel Negreanu's way. He gets up to the $180,000 stack over there. Just like that, these pots are flying, boys. Uh-oh, no. 4-bet. Turn it off. No, call. Ace king versus 10s. No. Ace king again. No, not a 10 on the turn. Bobby, the 10 on the turn. Daniel Negreanu comes back in. A $96,000 pot goes Daniel Negreanu's way. I just need to eat something, you know. Right hand side, that edible will kick in, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna get you a little hungry. This music's crazy. You know who I want to do poker lessons with? Rihanna. I want to get Rihanna on the stream. Do you guys think I can get Rihanna on do a YouTube video with me where I teach her how to play poker? Left hand side, something brewing. The boys are battling, something brewing. Lock in. $12,000 bet. Lock in. Daniel snap calls. King. $43,000 pot. Pocket jacks. Doug with that king. Tries to go for a blocker, and Daniel Negreanu takes down another pot. The guy is an absolute terrorizer on that left-hand table. He's up to $255,000 in his stack. The Supreme leader is struggling as Dan Negreanu has officially hit in fire mode. The guy cannot be stopped right now. We're checking our results. I'm told the boys are about near even right now. Bam. Daniel Negreanu currently winning about $46,000 today's match. So, yeah, man, the guy's putting up a great fight here, man. This could easily be 7 sessions in a row he took down. This session looked like it could have been a big session for Doug Polk, but Daniel's been battling back. Left-hand side, we see a 3-bet, bet and a call. Turn is a queen of hearts, 6, 7, 7, queen. See if Daniel decides to bet once again. Might go with that 5,000 bet. He goes 5,700. Right-hand side, over bet on the ace, king, 10, 2 clubs. Takes it down left-hand side. Let's see what Doug decides to do. He's got a 6 or a 7. He's not going to lay it down quite yet. 8, 9. Backdoor flush could be possible too. Maybe a hand like a 9, 10 of hearts. 25,000 in the middle. 31,000 behind. Let's see if Daniel decides to shove here. He could have a backdoor flush. He shoves. He snap calls. Queen 7 for Doug Polk. King Queen for Daniel Negreanu as Doug Polk gets one back. A nice $87,000 pot goes Doug Polk's way as he backs up the truck there. And you know he's happy, like, get it, Poppy. Let's go. Fires a rocket. Over at Daniel Negreanu. What a hand. Smooth play artist. Right hand side, lock in. 3-bet pot, ace deuce 7. Daniel bets small on the flop, gets called. Doug could have a variety of hands. Could have a 3-5. Daniel checks over to Doug. Let's see what Doug decides to do. 300 on the left. Or 3-bet on the left. Right hand side, Doug bets big, 8,200, about 2/3. Could have some aces here. Maybe he's got a hand like a 7-4. Maybe he's got complete Doug Polk dog. Daniel deciding what to do. He's going to be checking some of his aces here. What other kind of hands would he check call without an ace? Maybe he has a hand like queens, kings. Could have 7 as well, too. Maybe he has a hand like a 4-5. Daniel's in the tank big time here. He does check call. River's a 3. Aye, 5 gets there. These guys can have a 5. Got a 5. Got a 5. See what Doug decides to do. He might put them all in here. Doug Polk is on a rampage on that table as he attempts to back up the truck. This Brinks truck driver hasn't made many deliveries lately. Looking to make a delivery this session. Puts Daniel's ace. Ace 5. Aye! What a river. Daniel Negreanu gets there on the river. $80,000 pot. Goes back Daniel Negreanu's way, and just like that, he says, you ain't backing no truck up on me, Big Poppy, as he takes down a nice pot, and you guys know what that means when Daniel Negreanu's taking down nice pots. His teammates are celebrating strong. I put this on Twitter yesterday, too. 3-bet pot right hand side. I put this on Twitter. Can you guys give me some fun, interesting, entertaining people to follow on Twitter? I don't know if you guys are using much Twitter here. I used to use it a lot. Now I just got a bunch of smart people who just try to tweet out smart stuff all the time because that's their brand. So I'm trying to find some fun people to follow who are interesting, funny. They aren't so fucking serious. Everyone on Twitter is real serious right now. So on Twitter, like everyone's world's ending. On TikTok, everyone's having a good time. On Instagram, everyone's partying. But on Twitter, everyone's real fucking serious on there. They're like real. It's a serious platform about serious issues. So, right-hand side, we see a 3-bet. We see a bet and a call on the flop. Turn is a 3. Daniel bets the turn, 5,000 and 12.3K. He's going to get called by Doug. Doug might have a 10. Could have a hand like King Jack as well, too. Maybe Queen Jack. Someone said we can't hear me. Wait a second, turn myself up. Okay. I turn my volume up. Let me know if it's better. Right hand side, big bet by Daniel on the river. He says he has an ace. He says he has a hand like ace jack, ace queen. Let's see if maybe Doug has a slow played ace 10. I don't think so, but you never know. If Doug has ace 3, is he gonna shove? He shoves. Call. Oh my God. Wow! Ace 10 versus pocket 3s. Just like that, Daniel Negreanu wins a huge pot. He flops the full house. Doug calls. Doug turns the full house. And just like that, $100,000 pot. Daniel Negreanu's way. Doug's going to bet 9,000. They're very deep here. We got to lock in. We cannot lose focus. What is Daniel going to do? He calls. Here we go, guys. 4 on the turn. Daniel could have pocket queens. Could have queen 10 suited. Could have pocket 10s. 39,000 in the middle. This could be one of the biggest pots we've seen ever as Bill Perkins died with 0 jet. The guy can't get enough of it. Flying on by. He bet a lot. Real big side bet on Daniel Negreanu. He's wondering what's going to happen here. 39,000 in the middle. $26,000 bet from Doug Polk. If Daniel has, he folds. Doug Polk takes it down. The $65,000 pot goes his way. Very nice hand. So we might see our biggest pot of this match, the entire match, day 29 of the challenge. 16,500 hands coming into play. We could see one of our biggest hands of all time here on the Doug Polk vs. Daniel Negreanu epic heads up for rolls. We're going to see what happens here. Joe Bob, fuck you. What I gotta say? The chat's back. We're back, chat. Joe Bob thought he could sneak one in. Right-hand side, overbet by Daniel. Let's see what happens here. Left-hand side, pot Bruin, $11,000 in the middle. So we got a couple big pots here, Bruin. Right-hand side, Daniel takes it down. Left-hand side, here we go. Daniel calls. River's an ace. Flush is out there. Four's out there as well. Doug might have an ace as well, too. Could value bet that. 12.8K on the river. And behind like ace, jack, one heart. Stacks are massive here, guys. Lock in. Daniel, if Daniel has a full house here somehow, he's going to be thinking about raising. What size is he going to make it? He calls. Jack 7 of hearts for Doug Polk on the left as he wins a $44,000 pot. And they are extremely deep on the left-hand side. This is by far the deepest that we've seen them so far. The action today, guys, listen, this action today is absolutely out of control. Doug Polk, Joey Ingram going back and forth, firing shots at each other, machine guns, bombs. These guys are absolutely going after it today, man. This is. Usually it's like one-sided. They might see like now there's just big pots on each side. I don't know what's happened. I mean, look at this check raise on the right-hand side. Queen 10, 9-8. Supreme Leader going to back up that truck just a little bit here. If Daniel's got a flush draw, he's probably not folding. He's got a jack. He's probably not folding. River is a jack of clubs. Weird. Weird card right here. Weird card. What's going to happen is if Doug has a jack now, obviously his hand's counterfeited. He bets pot. What's he saying he has? Gets called. Jack 6. Ace King for Daniel. 50K pot goes Daniel's way. So Doug Polk, wow, what a turn card for Doug Polk. He had the straight with the flush redraw. Dan Negreanu just had Ace King high. And wow, what a river right there. So I would say Daniel Negreanu right now, I got him up about $80,000 according to my team. So Dan Negreanu currently up $80,000. The hands are going back and forth today. What a session. Gorilla's getting fired up. 21,000 in the middle. Jack 9-6, 2 hearts. Daniel goes with that small size. 5,300. The Gorilla's getting fired up. Gorilla Gaming. Glenn. Shout out Glenn. Look at Glenn. Calm down, Glenn. Here we go. A raise! Oh my god! Oh my god, it's happening! Here we go. $27,000 raise from Doug Polk, a Supreme Leader. What is Daniel going to do? Daniel lays it down. Nice pot. Goes Doug Polk's way. 23,000 on the right-hand side. Another pot Bruin. Ace Queen for Daniel. He gets one back there. So we got 140K deep on the left. Check raise on the left-hand side. I don't know what that means. Check raise on the left-hand side. And a call on the ace-3-4 board. Turn is a 6. Doug bets again. Gets called. River's a deuce. Then he 5. Makes a straight. Right-hand side 3-bet pre-flop. Check to Doug. Queen 8-10. Action board potentially there. You got a couple guys with some high cards. Of course, these players are going to have low cards very often. Left-hand side, Doug. He might be scared of that deuce on the river. Daniel might have a hand like a 4-5, like a 3-5. Daniel bets small. Says he has a hand at least like 2 pair. Maybe he has a high ace king, ace queen. See what Doug decides to do. Real small bet. What does Doug check raising the flop with? That gives him a decision on this river. I imagine he's not folding 2 pair. Check raise, big check raise, 65,000. Whoa! If Daniel's got a 5, what do you do? If you got a 5, what do you do? $63,000 raise for Doug Polk. Backing up that truck completely. What if Daniel's got 5-7? If he shoves all in, no way. There's no chance. If the guy's got 5-7, what do you do with a 5 here? What do you do with a 5 here, boys? I don't know. I've never seen a big raise like this in this match so far. Big pot. What the hell? He folds, lays it down. What a hand. 66. What was that raise? I haven't seen a raise like that. I mean, that's a massive raise. What do you do if you got a 5 there? Do you call or do you fold? Because, I mean, listen, that's crazy. Do you fold a 5? It doesn't seem like you fold a 5. Right-hand side, 2 pair, supreme leader, nice value bet. $16,000 pot goes his way. Ace 8. Some people might not have found that value bet. If you're Daniel Negreanu and you got a 5, and the guy, you bet a few thousand, the guy makes it 65,000, are you calling with a 5 or folding with a 5? I think that I would be... I mean, you can't fold a 5, right? Someone said, what do you do with a set? I imagine you're folding a set. If you have a set there, you're probably laying that down. Doug certainly could have a 5, trying to bluff Daniel off of the 5, too. That would make a lot of sense. I mean, the guy's clearly never folding a 5, right? Makes sense. As the fire, just the fire. No one's on fire mode. We just need the fire here. It's just on fire. This match has been absolutely out of control today. Do you guys think that? Do you think Doug might have stole that pot a little bit? I think so too. Alert, alert. We got a steal. He bet a few thousand. I'm going to make it 60,000. Doug Polk here checking in. Okay. Matthew Patton with the $4.99 donation. He said, Poppy, you missed my donation, but I don't mind doing it again. What neighborhood did you live in while in Chicago? Oh my God! What's happening on the left? I'll get that back in a second, Matthew. Left-hand side, huge check raise, $27,000 from the Supreme Leader. This is a huge... He says he wants to play for it all, boys. He's mixing. He's mixing it up here, hoping for a huge pot. Daniel Negreanu's got a 6. What's he going to do? He ain't folding. Bill Perkins, that nice. That flies by. Ace on the river. Oh, my gosh. Here we go. $60,000 pot. The Daiwitsero yacht watching in from afar. This is the biggest pot, potentially, of the match. Doug Polk truck beginning to back up. What's he going to do? 60,000. Is he going to shove it in? 100,000. 100,000 all in. No snap call for Daniel. What's Daniel going to call here with? Would he call here with a 6? Would he call here with a flush? If he had a king high flush, he ain't folding. If he's got a queen high flush, he ain't folding. This could be the biggest pot that we've seen in this match so far. Many hours played. Many hours watched. $100,000 bet on this river. Daniel Negreanu, Kid Poker, is in the tank. What is he going to do? If he doesn't have a full house, is he going to lay this one down? He's in the tank, guys. This is the biggest bet we've seen so far, $100,000. A massive overbet by Doug Polk. We know this happens. He always does this. Does this guy really have a full house? Doug Daniel lays it down, $194,000 pot. Goes Doug Polk's way as he puts the pedal to the metal. Uh-oh, big bumper bet on the right-hand side. Don't dance yet, Doug. Daniel takes it down. Nice hand for Daniel on the right, left-hand side. The boys are going back and forth. Oh. Checks it over to Daniel. Daniel's going to bet 2,800. Let's see what Doug decides to do. Doug does check call. Turn is a 3. This could be a potential big pot here on the right-hand side. 97,000 behind. Doug Polk could be check calling with a variety of hands. Could have a 10, a 9, maybe sometimes just an 8. Maybe king 8. Left-hand side, nothing there. Right-hand side checks it over to Daniel. See if Daniel bets again. He bet the flop. He checks back. River's at 8. So these guys had a 7. I think Daniel's more likely to have a 7 in his hand. see what Daniel decides to do here. Could turn some of his hands into bluffs that don't make a flush. What kind of hands would he bluff here with? He has an 8. He's a pair. He probably shows it down. He has a 9 or a 10. He might value bet it. That makes sense. He's got the queen. Doug Polk pocket aces. That's one way to play aces there, Supreme Leader. Doug Polk with the 40K pot. Chat saying Doug's about 15K. That's true. We got to check in with our guy there. If you guys want, I can update the total after every single hand. So I'll just be updating it. That's all I'll be doing. I'll only update the total throughout the broadcast. I won't say anything. That'd be weird. Right hand side 3-bet 9-8 deuce, 2 diamonds. We got to lock in all these 3-bet pots. Let's see what happens here. Left hand side overbet by Doug. Right hand side 3-bet. Let's see if Doug continuation bets. He does bet 4,800. Shout out to Leor. Leor says, Joey, any Apostle or Ivy content coming? Maybe. I don't really know what I mean. You know, my the crotch theory optimal guy. You know, I don't know. Left hand side check raise by Daniel. We don't often see check raises on the overbets on the turn, but this deep. Here we go. Check raise on the left hand side. Doug calls. River is a deuce. So Daniel representing 8-10 on the turn, maybe a set. Right hand side 3-bet pot. C-bet the flop. Turn is a jack of spades. 8-9 deuce. Diamonds miss. 10 jack makes a pair. Left hand side, Daniel's going to check. Doug checks back. Ace jack versus ace 8. So Daniel check raising that turn with the 8 blocker in his hand. He also had a diamond in his hand. Right hand side. Single raise pot. Bet the flop. Gets called. Turn 7. 9-9-6-7. Yeah, Jennifer says speed poker. Yeah, he was definitely playing speed poker last time. Rudo Glue says, hey, Joey, I just arrived. Can you please tell me where we are right now? Where we are right now is Doug Polk, Daniel about even. It's going back and forth. Each player up small. That could change at any given time with how deep they are. Doug Polk pulling away on the left-hand side. Right-hand side, they're still pretty deep, $100,000 deep. But it's basically been back and forth. Big pot, big bets. Right-hand side, Daniel bets big once again. I'm going to give away a book at $750. So, listen, I got to pick someone out there after this hand. Right-hand side, big bet. So, Doug might be thinking about what to do here. He's got a 7, maybe a 6 sometimes. Obviously not folding a queen. Obviously not folding a 9. So, Doug could have a hand like a 6, 7. Daniel with pocket kings. $30,000 pot goes his way. Doug looks like he made a lighter call there. Right-hand side, 3-bet. Left-hand side, a raise by Doug. Right-hand side, queen 4 deuce, 2 spades. Left-hand side, a little something brewing. $7,000 in the middle. Right-hand side, queen 4 deuce. Daniel going to c-bet, 4,800. Going to be doing this with a wide variety of hands. Doug does call. Turn is an 8 of hearts. Queen 8, 4 deuce. 2 flush draws are out there. Doug's going to have some queens. Have a hand like queen 6, queen 5. Could have some hands that have maybe 8 in it, right? Maybe, probably his hands that have 8s maybe have hearts, maybe backdoor hearts, though. I don't know how many hands he's going to have with 8 in it. Maybe king 8, maybe ace 8. Left-hand side, Doug's going to take it down. Right-hand side, Doug's going to bet the turn small, 5,500. See what Daniel decides to do. He's going to have some queens here, some flush draws. And he's not going to give up. I don't know if he's going to check raise here very often, but they are deep stack. Anything's possible. And he does check raise. So he's trying to build this big pot. $33,000 check raise by Daniel here. If Doug has a draw here, he's probably not going to lay it down. If he's got a top pair, I could see him laying the down. But he does call. River's a 10. $83,000 in the pot, guys. Lock in. 57,000 behind. I expect Daniel to shove all in here. This could be one of the biggest pots of the match so far. Checks it. Ace King. Wow, what a hand. Ace King of spades for Daniel. Very interesting play right there by him at $83,000 pot. Goes over to the Supreme Leader. Let's take a look at this hand, guys. Go to the replayer. So Daniel could not pull the trigger on a river bluff. Ace, king of spades. Look at that beautiful flop. You know you're getting a little bit, you start to get a little bit stiff when you see a board like this with the ace, king of spades. Bets 4,800, gets called. Turn is an 8. So Doug has the queen 9 offsuit. And yeah, Daniel's going to quit. That's it. He looks done. So he said $5,700 bet here. Pull this hand up here as they're going to look like they're quitting. And then he check raises real big. Interesting. So Doug does not want to lay down that top pair. Doesn't believe it. Thinks he could have some draws. Daniel decides not to bluff the river. Might have worked out. Might not have. Queen 9 for Doug. Flush draws did miss. Would have been interesting to see what could have happened there if Daniel did decide to pull the trigger on that. But unfortunately not pull the trigger. And Doug Polk officially on fire to end this match. It looks like he's going to be up, I'd say, about $65,000, $70,000 to end today's session. Action-packed. Fast and furious. What a battle today, guys. Smash the like button if you enjoyed the action. Daniel is out of here.